starting recording. Good enough. And camera stream.
There you go.
Yeah, I know I had it the wrong way. I saw it as soon as I brought it up.
I do it all the time.
But I wanted to get this going first. Okay. That was fun. We had updates, and that broke me a little bit. So now we're in. Yay! Welcome to the excitement. This is me, who is now just been eaten by the bed. That's awesome. Thank you. Thank you, tracking. Thank you. I wanted to be down here. I like it down in the floor. It's awesome in the floor. Yeah, there I am. I'm a knot. That's cool.
Change avatar's back. Just fix it for me.
Boop. Avatar. I'll just quickly turn into this. See if it'll glonk me back. I don't care if it's great or not. And change back to this. Yeah, no, it thinks I still deserve to be at the floor. Let's try a different self. Oh, fine. We're Lucario, but I gotta adjust the camera. Come here. Oh, great. That's up there. Come here, camera. Boop. Good enough. We'll be Lucario. Because Renamon didn't feel like running right. Wow. Wow. That's cool. My chest has just yep. Yep. I'm somewhere. In this magical. Well. At least the audio's working. Oh, hi, Denny. Ooh woo. Ooh woo, Denny. Ooh woo. Well, hydrate. Yeah, we're gonna pause and just hydrate for a second, just because this is pretty magical. There it is. No, there we are. I'm going to T-pose for dominance again and see if that'll reset things. Go over there for a second. Is there a mirror over here? Those are just physics. Is there one in here? I know I left you all in the other room. I apologize. I'll be right back. I promise. I'm just looking to see if there's a mirror I could easily T-pose at where it'd be easier for me to see things. They're toggles. Alright, we're just going to do it. I'll bravely affect this. Do my best. Pray to the gods. Okay. I seem somewhat more stable. Let's make sure my umbilical is not in the way. Hello, Wild. Yeah, personal mirror doesn't show me my dots, so I can't know for sure if they're working right. Ahoy, ahoy, Fleminier. Hello. Hi, Wild, and hi, Denny. Oh, we've already started off with it being a day. Try to just get VR to work today. Thank you, updates. You're so wonderful. Someone more stable that makes one of us. But yeah, about that. At least things aren't flickering. Why did you make the title of the chat of the stream that Fobs? Why do I give Fobsy's power? Well, at least I'm not just sinking to the floor, so we'll go with that. Because I love you? Yes. Yes, I do. Well, 25 minutes in to what I should have been starting streaming, and here we are. Woo! Success! Hello, Ice Toast. Hope you're having a good day. Well, mostly. Other than VR starting up right, it's been a good day. Mostly relaxing. I had today off, so chilling in my chair. Watching the TVs and things. Welcome to Technical Difficulty Stream. That's everybody's, every stream. In fact, I don't know anyone that does just stream and nothing ever has a time that nothing goes wrong. Even some of the bigger, more prominent streamers I know. Basically, if you're streaming, expect something is wrong. Tiny. No, I'm not tiny. If anything, I'm a big Lucario. Tech happens. It sure do. It do happen every single time you, try and do things. Tech will do what it wants. Good luck. Well, so far we got up, so we're going to call that a success. We're going to call this things are at least functional. I am not a teacup Lucario, full size. Poopy happens. It do every single day to every single streamer. Like every person stream that I ever watch always has something wrong. Something doesn't load right. Maybe their sound alerts. Maybe their camera won't sit right. Maybe maybe VR chat just doesn't feel like turning on today because reasons. In fact, I was all the way ready to go, and I normally use the desktop view, which on the index controls you press the controller power button to pop up the view of your desktop thing, and that just did not work. Nothing was happening. That's when I started restarting everything and updating, and yes, I'll take that hydrate. I think I deserve that. It is 12:30 a.m. for me, so my day here has already ended. Well, welcome to Tuesday, Ice Toast. Good luck with the stream. Poopy happens. Ooh woo, I'll get you another ooh woo there, Denny. Ooh woo. Hold on, I'm trying to find my water. That's where I am. I had to move a little bit for reception purposes. Very important when you're trying to hydrate. Sticking the straw in your mouth is more important than sticking it in your visor. Okay, just as a important thing. Yeah, I had missed that, and still love both of you. Right, where'd the desk go? Put that back down. There we go. Alright, the reason my hand's wonky is because I'm getting the water back and forth. So, everything's good. We are, at the moment, okay. They're jittering a little bit. Everything's jittering a little bit. But that's probably because I'm sitting at my desk, not over the other side of the room. So I'm trying to be nice to Fopsy. And not use up her side of the room. Whew. Well, because it's Halloween is tomorrow, aka trick-or-treat night, I did take off tomorrow as well, so this is middle of my 4-day weekend, so yay for that. I last worked Friday, and work just got a relative, because Fridays there's a lot more downtime. And, yeah. So... I have tomorrow off too. Took a vacay day. Yeah. Hell Night is upon me. Hell Night, yay! I think. Caddie, I follow your FA, and I was wondering how open you are to talking about the stuff on there in your stream DMs. Oh, if you have any questions, yeah, feel free to send me DM messages. I'd prefer on, say, the FA or something if you're just wanting to ask some questions. Because sometimes on the DMs when I'm in stream, it's a little more distracting to try and pop up everybody's little chat windows. Halloween, then grown-up Halloween. Heck yeah, that's the best way to do it. Trick or treat for the kids, then adult retreat for all of us big people. And I count as a big people. I don't normally do a lot of like chitty chat though in my Telegram. Yep, certainly do. Same name as absolutely everything else. If you need to find me there. And we have a Discord listed in my little description box below. They'll let you have 5 things in your little pop-up dilly, and I haven't made a one of those little find me here website things yet, because I'm lazy. And, well, yeah. No, I haven't fixed the make Discord pop-up yet. I'm sorry, Daddy. I am really bad at doing things. Last night I got to finish Sonic's story on Sonic Adventure 1. Finish the Egg Viper without getting hit once. Even perfect chaos. Woo! And so far I have not actually set up my throat. I'll be honest, I started that like months ago. I just never finish. So my apologies on that one. I will get around to that. I don't know what I put on it, but I'm sure I'll find things. Just go through my Amazon wish list or something. Look at other people's throne wish list. It is amazing what they ask for. Like, damn. I don't know. I can't ask people for like a $700 speaker system or TV or something. I'll be like, and here's a shirt I like for $10 off of Amazon, and here's a BattleTech figure set that's $20. Would that include a giant a life-size plush suit? I already have a couple of those. Despite being a princess, Caddie does not have a throne. I do not yet. I had 400 rings at Egg Viper. Noise. I thought Caddie is more diplomat or shield maiden, and not a princess. Relative. I dressed up as a princess like last weekend for a wedding. It's a wish list. You're wishing for what you want. That is true. But I'd feel bad if someone bought me a $700 like speaker system for my computer. That's a relative estimate. I can't even think of a speaker system I looked at that was over $100 that I even consider putting in this room. So there's that. I mean, you can ask. If you receive, it's another thing. That's true. I'm still getting used to my Samsung Galaxy Alpha 14 5G phone I got on Saturday. Nice. I think we have S21 Ultras in this house. Samsung's been our brand for the last 6 years. Ever since we moved into the Fort Wayne area, we were all on the Samsung boats. I love those things. They've been a really good phone maker, and originally Sprint and now T-Mobile since they were bought out. Good quality setup. Seems to do us good. Me can ask me. I know. Amy says, sorry I've not been on VR chat lately. My sinus headaches are extreme. Oh, I'm sorry. I hope you feel better there, Ems. Drain out, feel good, and get some rest. Yeah, but the traditional 1930s and 1980s World Series princess is very limited in usefulness, while the Shieldman and Diplomat have lots of skills. Being pretty is not exclusive to Prince Self roles. I suppose you're right there. I hadn't really thought about the specifics. This week, Idaho has been in 20s already, and it's messed me up. Ugh. Yeah, the up and down temperatures really screw with both of us here, both in all the fun ways, sinuses, general head air passage goo production, sleepiness, overall body feelings, everything that's possible, it does mess with. So, yeah. I had euphoria the other week when I had my skirt on. I got feel happiness making making the lace and bows. Aw, it made me happy. I'm glad, I'm really glad. I gotta say, wearing the stuff that makes you feel the most like you want to feel is very important in life. Everyone should take the time to do what they need to feel like themselves, if at all possible, or how they so choose to feel at any given time. Like today, I recorded a video for YouTube that's not up yet. It's one that's in the baking section of Barney the dinosaur wearing a sissy outfit. Why did I do this? Because I wanted to, and because I had some neat new bits I wanted to try on. So, yes, do what makes you feel happy, even if it makes everyone else feel weird if they saw it. You just get to do you and have the fun. Flam says, sounds like Denny would benefit from a trip to a hairdresser for a feel-good purpose. You know, I can see that. I'll be honest. Anytime I'm stuck in a hairdresser for more than 10 minutes, I always felt uncomfortable. Not because I'm like, oh, you're making me feel good. More of a, you're making me sit still for an extended period of time. I wish to not. I want to be out of this space now. I am done here. Let me go. I would if I had twin tails. Nice. Have a good stream. I'm off. Well, good night, Icy Toast. Yes, I know. I understand. You're at nighttime o'clock. You're around when I go to bed anyway, too, right now. Your time. So you rest well and have a good one. And I will, well, if you feel like being here Wednesday night as well, I might say goodnight to you too, then too. So, good night. Flam says, Denny, maybe head scalp massage then? Do what makes you happy is what I live by. Heck yeah, Wild. Heck yeah. And Denny says, sleep well too. Icy Toast. Yes, Icy Toast, have a good night's sleep. One problem with a lot of the people you socialize with on Twitch from daytime streams while you're at work, almost all of them are in bed when I start streaming at 7 p.m. And part of the problem with that is since I work till 6 p.m. Eastern, I can't exactly normally start streaming at, say, noon or something like that. My time, aka like 5 or 6 p.m. Euro time, depending on exactly which part of you're in / UK / whatever. I mean, the UK is still in Europe. They're just not part of the EU. Yeah. Semantics.
That's okay, that's a thing.
What's the thing?
Sweetie, if you go into your menu, you button the big the button that pulls up the big menu.
Big menu?
Yeah. Look at the eye in the little left hand corner.
I got a red angry symbol in the lower right hand corner.
Lower left hand corner.
Hold on. Lower right hand corner?
Left.
Lower left, I have nothing.
Weird. And this is your Steam menu.
I made the menu as big as it can be, so it's doing the big thing.
No, Steam, not VR.
Steam menu. Oh, I'm not in Steam menu. I don't even know which monitor that's currently sitting on. Steam menu. Okay, I'm in Steam menu.
Lower left?
Lower left, I have Add Game.
What?
My Steam library, or which menu are you talking about?
The button you press on your left-hand controller.
The button I press on my...
The indented button, yeah.
The indented button, yes. Okay, so...
Press the little button to bring up your Steam menu.
The little... That's what I'm looking at right now. That's what I normally look at. That's where I look at chat.
Yeah, exactly. But on the bottom left, you have a bar at the bottom, right?
There's a bar at the very bottom, yes.
On the bottom left, is there an eye?
No. I got hamburger menu as my lowest left, followed by recenter, volume, Steam button, VR now playing.
Okay, it's another thing I'll have to set up for you then. Because I have my headset on, testing, and I'm looking at the room around me.
Oh.
So it's useful.
Neat. Well, it's probably a thing you have that I don't have, because you have that other overlay thing.
You never set up your cameras is most likely what it is.
Possibly. Anyway, back to my chat.
Alright.
Alright. I finished I find Twin Tails are cute. Yay, I'm glad. And Flem says, Denny, well cared and groomed set of hair has its merits. I can agree on that. I mostly just brush mine out. It's normally very wavy naturally, and I pull it back into a single ponytail. To me, it gets annoying when I have it just flailed out as a big, curtain of hair. But that's me. That's my feelings on how it feels on my head. Though I've been told it looks pretty, it just irritates me when it's like that. I need to get exercising tomorrow. Heck yeah, get them exercises in. They're good for you. Look, exercises. I stick to doing my squats on every work day. Every day, as I start my work day, I do squats, usually anywhere from 50 to 100, depending on how many I manage before I get too tired. I must admit I'm a more beard-oriented fellow, but I was glad to see one trans man last year sporting a nice, short, spiky beard on their channel. That is nice. Nepal says, yay, stream is up and going. Yes. Well, you're okay being late, because so was I. If you notice, it's been up for almost 23 minutes. I was supposed to start at 7 o'clock. So, yes. It's about a 20-minute delay because of updates and things. Stupid updates. In fact, my controllers still need updated. They are showing little exclamation points on the VR diddly-do, but I would need to move where a USB-C cable is to plug it into the computer as opposed to plugged into just a charging block, and that's effort and things that have to unplug and replug. As long as they're working right now sufficiently, we're going to go with this. We're just going to go with it. Roll. Besides, I actually had things to talk about. Nepal, you plushy fluffle. Oh, thank you for resubs doodling. You are such a good little plushie. I appreciate you. You're a diligent little plushie who keeps subscribing to me for some reason. Like you like me or something. And I like you. You're a good little snuggle poosh. Good kitty girl. Or dear girl, depending on what you're feeling. Good, plushy. Yay! Yeah. Anyway. Whew. I hope you enjoy the pink backdrop I picked for today. I was just browsing around at pink things. It's the second location I wound up in. The first one was something like Pink Wedding. As soon as I got in there, I was like, man, this is the blandest land of place I could think of. And I saw this place called Pink Palace or Pink Place. I can't remember for sure. And was like, well, that's pretty good. Several good little backdrops. Something went buzz. Someone messaged me somewhere. I don't know where. Boy, I hope that isn't something important. Eh. Okay. I'll get to whatever that is after stream. Deet. Shout out was given to Napali. Well, Napali is wonderful and deserves shoutings. Yay! 9 months it's still going. That's a lot of months. I also got the rare and expensive Sonic Adventure 2. It usually goes for 100 plus. Nice. You know, I think I actually owned that one when I had my Dreamcast. And I gave that to Mike's roommate Dave. Because he had a big affiliation for the Dreamcast and he did a lot for me, so I gave him nice things. And hello, Wow. We'll just call you Wow. That seems a lot easier to pronounce. Wow YOLO TV. I think you replied to me on the tweeters or the X's. I still call it the Twitters. Just before my stream started. So I appreciate you showing up. Thank you for joining us.
That's great.
Hmm?
That's great.
Okay. Ta-da! And Fopsy says that you were the one formerly known as Drake. And hi. Welcome to the fun. It's good to see you again. No wonder it didn't have a new name, because I didn't recognize that name speaking in my chat before. So welcome. So I went on an adventure yesterday, and my adventure didn't involve me leaving the house, and it's one I expected was about to happen. I was a good lion. I went well before MFF, like over a month here, and got my COVID vaccine booster and a flu shot in my left arm. Denny says, I seen Spirited Away, and I loved it. Yay! That was a good movie. That's actually a pretty nice one. Now, both of my previous boosters for the COVID vaccine definitely hit me hard, and I had pretty heavy symptoms for a day. Smart and safe. You got that right. Love that film. I agree, Fopsy. Yes. So, Saturday at noon, I got my shots. We went out to dinner on Saturday night at about 7, which was fine. Made it home. Had good dinner. And I went to bed about 2 in the morning. And I woke up at about 10:30 in the morning and felt like total toot. Like extreme. Like my body just said, you're sick, but you're not sick. You just feel sick. You have all of the feels of sick in your body. Exhaustion, soreness everywhere, just no energy whatsoever. No coughing, sneezing, or anything like that. No major amounts of change in body goo. Just feeling just the feel of sick. Same. Yeah. So most of Sunday I sat in my comfy chair and just kind of vegetated and sewed, because that seemed to be okay with my brain and my body, was just sewing for a bit and then taking a break and then sewing a bit, taking a break. And it was definitely really symptoms of COVID direction symptoms, because I had like no appetite. Worse than usual. I have never had a vaccine give me any symptoms. Some people don't. Really, it's weird. Some do and some don't. I'm definitely the symptom critter for sure. The last little while, I've been getting less and less appetite in general. Like Wednesday nights, I mentioned I haven't been finishing my curry and having the other half as a lunch later, whereas I'd previously, before that, just been knocking down the whole thing, same size serving. I crump when I get the flu shots. Um, but Sunday morning, I woke up at 10:30. Around 12:30, I decided I was going to make myself a can of Chef Boyardee ravioli. Not exactly what you call a. I'm spinning. Boy, I hope that's just temporary. Fops, am I running on your end?
You're spinning. No, you're working now.
Okay, at least I'm working now. Okay, better. Yay! I was spinning there. I don't know if it's going to catch up with everything I said or not, but anyway. Hi, Raven. Sorry about the ads. I'd get in VR, but I feel need to stay out to keep troubleshooting as needed. I'm used to flu shots due to having injections every 4 weeks. Nice. So I made myself a can of Chef Boyardee ravioli, which normally I will eat that at a lunchtime and still feel kind of hungry. So normally that doesn't even fill me up. I made through about half of it before I had to sit it down and just stop for a while. So I was like, yeah, that checks out from when I had COVID. The extreme lack of appetite and basically feeling like I had to force myself to eat something. You need to love the Raven. Absolutely. Love the Raven. Raven's a good girl. So's Denny. Denny's a good girl. So's Wild. I don't know if Flemonier's a girl or a boy. I know Nepal's a girl. She's a good girl. Flopsy's a good girl. I don't know if WoW is a good girl or a boy. But either way, all good. All you're good. Yes, but I scary. No, you're not. You're not scary. Nice. It wasn't until about 8 o'clock that I made myself ramen for a dinner, and I almost couldn't finish it. And that was right around the time I started to finally feel, normal-ish, if you get me. I was the extreme exhaustion had finally started to subside. The overall aches were just finally going away, and I was able to eat, which was good. 35 male, born male, certified beard holder, admirer of both sexes. Awesome. So Flam is male, says good boy, and likes both variants. This is good. Raven says she's very scary. You're a cute little squishy kitten. You're a sweet kitten. No. I'm either way, I guess. Wild. You're just wild. You're what you are at any given time. Denny, I got the pronoun extension on. Woot! I don't know where to see that. But it's somewhere, I suppose. Controller shaky. Stop shaking. I need to click that away. There. No, I don't want to reply to something. Okay. A little jittery, but that's probably because I'm near my desk. Accept that. Ravens, I'm spoopy and scary. No, you're not spoopy. You're not spoopy at all. You're a sweet little snappy. Usually. So that was an exciting Sunday. I was definitely feeling it. Oh, browser Firefox extension? I don't know. Yes. Usually that means I am, so that means I'm a bit, useful. I'll check it out. Nice. Raven, you are a pretty sweet little girl. You're a good girl. Good girl, non-scary, non-spoopy. Very nice. Itty bitty kitty. Yeah, I'll take that. I'll take that, Fopsy. Itty bitty kitty. Whereas I'm very large. No, that does not go for Cat Pig 2. That does not go for me. I am very large and scary. I'm a full-size Lucario at the moment, which is big. I would be Renamon, but it decided it wanted to, envelop into the floor for some reason. I don't question things. It's easier that way. Teacup Lion. No, I'm not Teacup Lion. Raven, it just goes for you, not for me, so that's fine. That's okay. That way, that makes things easier. It is just Raven is itty bitty kitty, and I'm big, and we're good. We're good. Yes, they cute. You cute. Yes, Raven's cute. Yep, we decided that, Raven. Raven is cute. Glad we had this discussion. It makes things so much easier. Teacup Bobble. I'm big. I'm very big. I'm big, grown-up Lucario at the moment. Very grown-up. Raven says nope. Nope, nope. Raven agrees to nope that I'm a Teacup Bobbleite. Okay, see? Raven agrees with me that I am not a Teacup Bobbleite. And Raven is a little tiny teacup Bobasnap. 2 small trivia bits. World's first minted coins were crafted under the orders and reign of King Corsius of ancient Lydia in Asia Minor around 2,500 years ago, using a mixture of gold and silver called electrum. Secondly, Coca-Cola was popularized in Europe with the arrival of U.S. troops on France during World Wars I and II. Also, fun fact, Fanta was created in Germany during World War II because they couldn't get the ingredients to create Coke. Ads again already? Didn't we just have some ads? That's okay. Ads are playing. I'm seeing public service announcement explaining that Caddie usually is teacup. No! I love you, Fopsy. It's usually, I think they're set to, I don't remember what I'm set to at the moment. Because I changed it again to hopefully make them easier. Thank you for the update. Update successful. Be born for the ads. By the way, where's my camera diddly? Camera diddly, there you are. Make sure you get a local. If you'll click. Thank you. Turn my head this way. So the menu pops up where I want it. Ads are a myth. Well, yes, if you're a subscriber, they're a myth. And I appreciate all of my little subscribees. You're such good little fluffs. You are good fluffs. I appreciate all my non-subscribers, too. Anyone that decides to come and spend time with me are awesome. Fantas created under the regime of failed Austrian painter turned director when Coca-Cola Company refused to trade with their regime. This led to the creation of Fanta. After the Iron Curtain fell, the Soviets came up with a derivative drink called Vita-Cola, which can still be seen and sampled in the city of Berlin. Nice. Raven says, I live. Yay! Because that means the ads are over. And Danny requests an ooh woo. Ooh woo, Danny. Did you need an ooh woo in your life? Well, you're going to get an ooh woo because you asked for it. I hope that my ooh woo was successfully done to your liking. Yes, that is natural Caddie voice. I don't have a soundboard or anything. That is actually me saying ooh woo as best I can to suffice the 100-point spendage. This is a public service announcement by your local Lucario, Cadpig Jr. But yeah, the fact that Fanta was a creation because of lack of ability of supplies for Coke is amazing. And now it's a common product that you'll find most everywhere. I remember when I first saw Fanta back in Apollo when I was a teenager. I thought it was nifty. Good thing about you not having a soundboard is that you won't forget to set the voice back to normal. You got that right. I don't have something to turn back off and on. I just have to exist. I just make my voice however I want to make it, and that's how we work. I don't like orange soda anymore. I can't drink it with having acid. It's off. Oh, I'm sorry. I like an orange soda on occasion, but I'm usually a Diet Cola. Oh. No yawn, Caddie. You still have many hours of today left. Also, with the update, they moved the clock on this pop-up menu down to the lower right, which is weird for me. Because I'm used to it being on the top, and I keep looking up there to see what time it is, actually, and it's not there, because it's in the lower right. So they want to confuse me. I don't drink soda much anymore. I really should cut down, but I don't. Granted, I usually buy store-brand Diet Cola, so it's not much going into me. Just brown and foam. Delicious fizzy brown. It does settle my stomach a lot, so that's the biggest reason. I like apple soda. Oh, cool. Apple soda's cool. There's a lot of nifty drinks out there. I just normally drink what I drink because I can easily get it in stock and I can make it inexpensive. Or as inexpensive as you can make it at this point. $1.42 per 2 liters still for that stuff. That cray-cray. And that's the generic. Paul says, same. I live on coffee and water and wine. I try to limit my coffee intake. I used to drink a lot more, and at some point it came to, if I didn't have coffee in the morning, I would not be able to brain or really function hardly at all, so yeah, I had to cut back until my body rejuvenated. On a day off, I normally have 3 double shots out of the espresso maker, and on a work day I have 1 cup of regular coffee after lunch. And I don't get any, I don't have the yucky lack of energy completely in a morning without coffee now. And I don't have a let-off migraine normally, so definitely good. The fake sure doesn't help in diet soda. I only drink water and or coffee, like make me weird. Oh wait, I started. Oh, I was reading one thing and I started reading the next one because the chat moved up. Think sugar doesn't help in diet soda. I only drink water and coffee. Coke on days for treats. I feel ya. I wish I could do that, but I can't drink coffee enough to replace my Diet Cola intake. So I go with what I can deal with. I can brain without coffee, but it helps more focus on stuff rather than make me wired. Yeah. The older it gets, the more coffee doesn't make me jittery. It just makes me, like, level. I think it's cute when I see somebody hopped up on caffeine or sugar and they're, like, bouncing off the wall. Like, I just had a Red Bull, I'm going to go in and I'll eat it. Like, I just had 3 cups of coffee. I made it up to Normal. I'm at level. Pumpkin Munchkin is a good creamer. Wow, nice. I should try that one. I'll see if they have it in the store when I go out next time. Coffee's really tasty, and I definitely refuse to give it up in a permanent sense. It makes me happy flavor-wise. I always loved the smell of it since I was little, but my mother always drank black coffee, so anytime I would taste her coffee when I was little, it tasted yucky to me. But also she drank like Folgers or one of those things. So, yeah, well, granted, that was back in the early 80s, so there weren't a lot of things on the grocery store shelf, choice-wise, coffee-wise, in our little podunk town. And that's what she liked to drink, and she didn't like putting sugar or cream or anything in it. When I make my espresso, I normally take the flavor syrups like they use at Starbucks or whatever, and just coat the bottom of my espresso cup with the flavor syrup, and then I make the coffee on top of that. That's how much I put in. It is like a teaspoon at best of flavor syrup. But when I make the coffee upstairs in the workroom, which is unfortunately instant, I use a flavored creamer, the Great Value flavored creamers normally, which does have sugar in it. I normally either the hazelnut, the salted caramel, or the French toast. All three of those are really tasty to me. So good quality instant plus that creamer tends to make for an okay flavor. I only drink the blood and bone marrow of toddlers and children under the age of 9. That's very specific. That'd be hard to keep a good supply of their Flam. I don't know how you manage. It's that's got to be a supply chain issue. Keurig is a lifesaver. Dunkin' is good too. Yes, 100% Denny. We have thought about getting a Keurig, especially considering it in the workroom. But the cost for each of those little podlets is so much higher than if I were to even make like a 4-cup, one of those little stubby pots of coffee upstairs. I could easily make a stubby pot of coffee with good quality ground coffee for less than one of those little pods. And I can get one of those coffee makers for like $20. So I've considered getting one of those for up there. But if I do that, that means I'm making effectively 2 cups of coffee where I would normally have been drinking 1 cup of instant. So there are reusable pods you can put your coffee in. Yeah, but at that point, why do I have a Keurig if I'm not using the convenience factor? Yes, I'd have it so I'd be making a single cup of coffee at a time. It's a hard call. I honestly, that's been one thing I've been mulling over for a few years now. Let's put that right up in there. It's actually been a thought for years as to whether or not I feel like it'd be a value for us. When someone buys it. What, did someone redeem that and I didn't notice? I don't see it on the list. Someone else was mentioning that they love their Keurig, but they wish they could use regular coffee, and I looked up the reusable pods for them on Amazon and sent them a link, because I knew they existed. I get 96 pods each month. That's a lot of coffees. I try to not drink 96 cups of coffee in a month. I'm 100% honest. That'd be over 3 cups of coffee a day, and I'm trying to keep myself to, if it's a regular cup of coffee, down to one. I use my Wild says I use my Keurig on weekends only, but I get plenty of use of it. You know, that is fair. There are a lot of benefits. Excuse me. There are a lot of benefits to a Keurig. I really get the convenience and the easy way to have a variety of things on hand. Because there's so many things you can get in those little podlets ready to stick in there, like a hot cider or a hot cocoa. In case you have, or tea. So in case you have a friend over that's definitely a non-coffee person, and you go, yeah, I can make something like Keurig for you. Here you go. Have a hot cocoa. Hot cocoa. Or whatever, you know. And I've even seen the off-brand Keurig doodle makers go for as low as like $20 as well, which is definitely in the reasonable category. That is well within reasonable. I forget the brand name. It's one of the ones you'd find at Walmart, mind you, because that's where I saw it. If someone gifted me an actual Keurig machine, yeah, by all means, I'd use the thing. No question. It's buying into the ecosystem in general, it's a larger step. Because even like the cheapest brand name Keurig machines are upwards of $100. But if I got a, like I said, the off-brand one, 20-ish. But for that same 20-ish, I can get the 4-cup coffee maker. So, and would I be happy with a $20 off-brand Keurig? Would it work as well as the regular one? I don't know. Denny says, I only have 2 cups per day. The issue with Keurig is that over time the grounds will dam up. Oh. Keurig 2.0 was a failure. Nice. Well, if you only use the little pod once, then it should be easy enough to deal with. I use my mother's Keurig when we visit her, because she got one as a present, and she keeps regular coffee around for whenever her 2 children visit her, because we both drink coffee, and this is an important part of our lives. Especially when you sleep weird and then have to wake up in a stranger house than normal. Nepal says, I have not had this issue. Is that an issue with the reusable ones? I suppose you'd have to, like, wash out the reusable little basket diddlers. Yeah, after Keurig introduced DRM, of all things, their coffee makers, I lost all interest. Yeah, you know, I like the way you put that, the fact that you called it DRM. But yes, they chipped the brand name Keurig pods, so the newer versions of Keurigs will only work once, and you can only use an official diddler in there. That's so dumb. Flam says, Rock Cabs Monks sends their regards. Yvonne et Noy. Did I say that right? I hope I did. I tried my best. And yeah, Mandy, I am sorry, but that is an unfortunate truth. If you have a Keurig machine that is of first gen, they will still work fine with anything you stick in them, but if you get one of the newer models, brand name Keurig, the 2.0 variant, they actually are like chipped, which is stupid as all get out. Denny says, no, the trap inside the cup tray. Huh. Well, that's something to keep an eye out on if I ever do get one. Clean out that little bad boy. Flopsy says, I think they abandoned that after it backfired, but I'm not 100% sure. Either way, I don't want to deal with them. I totally understand. So if we ever did get a Keurig, we'd probably get the Farberware one, or whatever brand it was I saw for $20, because, and at that point, I can justify actual coffee in the workroom if I'm making it 1 cup at a time with a reusable Keurig blumper, and have the option if I wanted to use actual Keurig K-cups. I'll look at that next time I'm at the Wally World and make a decision. I mean, I'll buy $40 worth of paints at a trip. I can spend $20 on a coffee machine. Flam giggles and grins. Are you giggling because I said it right or wrong? Hopefully because I said it right. Mendy says, I only use French press or pour over. Never Keurig. I'm okay with that. Honestly, you have two good choices there, Mendy. Normally, we use the espresso maker downstairs, and I have double shot size espresso cups. I also have ones that are slightly smaller. I got another set not too long ago. Found them at Meijer of all places. They're cool looking, but I like my old school brown. Where were those from? I can't remember the name of the store. I know it's where the Spirit Halloween store is now. So ours, if that store is closed. Yvonne et Nyoing. Yeah, that's join the Navy backwards from The Simpsons. That's right. IHOP has K-Cups now. Nice. You know, the fact that there are such a variety of different K-Cups I could potentially get if I wanted to try different things, it's making more of a consideration. I'm highly likely to pick one up, the $20 model on Thursday if it's in stock. Let's just put that right there. I'm gonna put that on my shopping wish list. Thursday, one Farberware Keurig-like K-Cup Punchinator and a reusable filter basket thingy. And possibly some K-Cups just because of some flavor. Nepal says, oh yeah, I have to clean that out every once in a while. Cool. And yes, we have a DeLonghi. Pier 1, that's the name of the store. Pier 1. It kept thinking like it's something dock, something docky, dock-like. They were from Pier 1. These little brown, somewhat ugly, but just perfect espresso mugs I got from Pier 1 back in Carlisle. And they work great. They're nice little cups. They're not Sears, at least I figured it out. Brain caught up with me. Nepal says, I get the reusable basket thing that doesn't need the paper filter. Good. Yeah, I saw, I've looked at quite a few of those, and, I mean, they're not that bad. I think it was like $10 for a 4-pack of them or something on Amazon. It's actually, Pier 1's actually gone. I didn't know it was gone. All I know is that's where Spirit of Halloween has been showing up the last few years. Is the old Pier 1 store. But they were weird. It's not a store I could see myself shopping in even halfway normally. I'd go in there and look at something odd and maybe buy a thing. But I never would go in there and feel, man, I feel like I've been productive going to Pier 1. Spirit of Pier Weed. Yes. Previous years, it was like 2 stores down, and the previous Babies R Us. And the year before that, it was in the dead Toys R Us. Now the Babies R Us has turned into an indoor shooting range. Yes, the Babies R Us turned into an indoor shooting range. I wonder if they're just using the old stock as targets. Yeah, just get the little dress models from the window, put them up in the shooting tubes, and go for it. Yeah, there you go. How fast can you take out a 2-year-old? Here's a fully automatic rifle. Go, go, go. Oh yeah, the reusable ones on Amazon work. Heck yeah. I am all for reusable on those products because I can buy good brands of coffee at way cheaper than I can buy the little K-Cups normally. So if I can grab everything I needed without too much spending, I will add that to our workroom supplies. Though I do have quite a few coffee cups worth of instant up there, so I'll have to run through some of that too. I'll mix it up, have some of each. The Blockbuster that used to be near me is the Spirit of Halloween. Have you asked the Spirit about their 7-day rental plan? Do you have to use your Spirit card to check things out? But, just like a Blockbuster, they're probably out of the one thing you actually wanted. Everyone else got it already. Babies ours is packing heat. Heat. They sure are. I'll just do that if I can. Am I on camera? I'm off camera. Hold on. Let me just... Hold on. I will anchor that back to world for a moment. Alright. Beans! Doing that because I saw it and I figured I'd just get this out of the way. Beans, beans, beans. I think my other beans are broken. Oh, no, they're working. There's the other beans. Beans, 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 beans. Beans, 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 beans. Beans! I hope those are getting on camera good enough. There we go. Alright. Scooch forward. Right back in where I wanted to be. Hope I didn't mess myself up too much. Oh boy, the results of shooting, either way you look at it. Yeah. Dark. Darkness. No parents. Super rich. Kind of makes it better. Yeah, I think I'm pretty close. Hold on. Let me adjust myself a little more. There we go. I want to be a little more centered. Denny is giving me the little faces there, I see. Methinks Caddie needs blue and green dresses. Maybe yellow or orange ones, too. I have several blue dresses, actually. And I have one yellow. I have a couple yellow ones, actually. I have a Princess Belle dress. And the princess dress I wore to the wedding last weekend is mostly yellow. So, yes, I'm all on yellow as well. If you check my YouTube channel, you can go look at all those videos. Just scroll down until you see something yellow and you can enjoy. I could use green, though. I don't have any green ones. Oh, wait. Cheerleader outfit's green, so that's green skirt. That's one thing. Chimpoko moment. I have no idea what Chimpoko is. Caddie has monotone vision and sees in shades of pink. Yes. It's evolutionary adaptation. Hunts his prey better. I'm down for that. Flam says, well, I'm off, Caddie. Catch you two later, Caddie and Fopsy. Well, you have a lovely night there, Flammy. I hope you had a good time. I really appreciate you showing up. And don't worry, yes, I finally did get your body fertilized in Cult of the Lamb last week, so you're not going to accidentally get resurrected. Again, plenty of other people to resurrect by accident. Then he'd be like, beans, beans, beans. And Fopsy D says, be well to the Flams. Fopsy also wants more beans. More beans. Yeah, more beans. I'm going to give you guys more beans. Stand by. Chat disappear. There we go. Backed up enough. Beans. 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 And the other set. Other beans. I don't know how good Lucari's beans actually are, but you can have whatever that's down there. Caria beans. Scooch back to the front of the couch. How when I go straight back do I uncenter myself? I don't get it. There we go. Denny be given the bean icons and another Heck yeah. Mindy says heading to Boston because that's Beanstown. They do has the beans there. They like beans and Dunkin' Donuts. Dunkin' Donuts. They got the beans and they got the Dunkin' Donuts. You know, I bet Boston would be one of the few places you can get a good English breakfast in the United States because they are all about the baked beans. Paul says, have you not T-posed to assert dominance today? Twice, actually. Because the couch was eating me, so I re-T-posed and I stopped being eaten by the couch. Denny says, I'm going to play some Sonic Adventure 2 now. Have a good night, Caddie. Well, good night, Denny. Have fun playing the Saw 2. Go fast. Go fast. Be blue, go fast. I'm all for whatever games people actually like, as long as they're wanting to play them. Play them. Do the thing. Boston is a bad place to get English breakfast. The whole tea party they had. Yeah, that is a good point. They are a little bit less British oriented after the whole tea party thing. You'd think after having a tea party, you'd want to have people show up and have a tea party, but no. Their kind of tea party involved making a mess, spilling tea, wasting it. I mean, it's not complaining about that. I mean, that's part of the Revolutionary War, and that was a good thing. Arguably, that was a good thing. Even though it wasted tea. Delicious, delicious tea. Now I want a cup of tea. Yay! Yar. The silly thing I sewed was a pair of satin sleeves with fur cuffs on both the top and bottom. Now, I didn't say a satin shirt, I said satin sleeves. I look forward to recording some videos with those and wearing them at MFF on Caddie, probably on Mewtwo as well. But they are a fun little accessory clothing item when you don't want to wear a full top, or if you want to try and partialize your outfit without having to put on a long jacket or something, burbles, or something else that would go all the way down your armies. What I did was I measured from my wrist to my shoulder, and I was like, that's about 24 inches, okay, cool. And then I measured a comfortable around my upper arm to see about how big I would need to make it. That's, yes, Paul, you got it. That sounds about the way that should be. It was like, oh, and this is also a 24-inch circle to be comfortably around a fursuit arm up there. Okay. And I want to be kind of billowy, so I just left it be 24 wide the whole way, so I just had to make 24 by 24 squares. Since it's 2 arms, that's a total of 4 squares. 2 inside, 2 outsides. Sewed each piece into a log. Sewed both pieces onto the upper arm with a bit of elastic in it. A piece of white fluff. Sewed on a cuff on the other end with a bit of elastic in it. It was amusing when I saw I left the the opening bit of the wrist is a piece of fabric, a fur that is an 18-inch circle, and then I made the elastic. It's not very tight elastic, um, based around my actual wrist size, just comfortably sitting there, and it's just looking at this tiny ring that went inside this 18-inch tube before I stitched it shut. I was like, that's small. But in the end, they actually fit pretty comfortably. And I smarted this pretty good, because I'd seen enough partial fursuits to learn the trick of the behind the back strap. So I have a couple of satin ribbon loops inside the upper part of the two sleeves, and I tied a ribbon to each of them at the right length behind my back so they will not fall down my arms. I did a test recording of it today in Barney, and they stand pretty good. I accidentally forgot to tie the one knot as a double knot. It's just like a one, crossover and pull. It slipped out near the end of the video, but otherwise it stayed on fine. So as long as I tie the knot correctly, it worked good. And they hold up nicely. They're nice and, billowy and fun. And they work really good with my big puffy skirt. So I might wear the big puffy skirt, those arm warmers, and my new cape as an outfit at MFF. We'll see what skirts I decide to bring, but I'm pretty sure that one's coming. Because it's really easy to deal with on both Caddie and on YouTube, and that's a key component. When you're bringing fursuits, bring outfits that work with them. And yes, I may have said so earlier in the middle of me saying it, but yes, Nepal silk arm warmers with trimmed in fur. Yup. Whole arm warmers. Very comf. And Nepal says, ooh, that's an outfit I want to see. Seeing as how it's going to be a really easy one to wear, yes. Yes. You got that right. Fursuit naked. I do that sometimes. Not as often. I like wearing clothes on my fursuits for some reason. Mostly because I like making clothes, so I do the thing. Wildflock says, puffy skirt. Yes, I'm bringing my my fur-lined pink satin skirt that is poly-filled to be extra poofy. It's silly. It is silly. 100% it's silly, but it looks really good and cute. So it's a thing. Fox says, I'll be naked bird, among other things. Yes, you will. Wild says, not naked, floofy. Well, you are covered in fur feathers. It's not feathers, so it's fur, but feathers. You're not naked. You're an entirely fur covered bird thing. Plucked chicken. Yeah. Plucked chicken. Capri is a really fun suit, though. I'm really happy she joined our family, and I look forward to having her go out at MFF this year as the Foxy inside. Hydrate. Yeah, I probably need that. Oh, thank you. I appreciate. See, where am I physically? All right, so it is here. Good. Sitting down, it's a lot easier to keep track of where things are. Oh, delicious part. Yes, there you are. Be bird, become screaming gremlin. Heck yeah. While you hydrate, are you good if I start VRC? Absolutely. If you'd like to join me in this world of pinkness, you're more than welcome to, Nepal. It's very pink here. Very pink. If I don't hear your ding for whenever you come in because of all the updates and weird stuff, like, put a message in and tell me I missed the ding, because I don't want to miss you. Speaking of which, make sure I don't have any missing dings up here. Or anything important. Oh, I'm missing a movie night. When was that? A day ago. That's done. Chipori, Treehouse, Saturday. Yeah, that's done. Boy, that's over. That event's over. That event's over. 9 days ago. Wow, I haven't cleared events in a while. Cool. Cool. I just think about that just in case. It's very pink here, you say. It's like it's a bad thing. No, I'm not. Definitely not a bad thing. I think it's a good thing. It's very nicely pink. Just a warning if that would, pink trigger you. Yeah. I'm feeling pretty good right now. After feeling like poop yesterday, it's nice to not feel bad. And other than my hand jiggling a little bit, I'm feeling pretty good. And I'm hoping after the software update that I need to do on my controllers, they'll behave better. I did try a few things to hopefully to help a little bit. Because the trackers each have their own little Bluetooth dongle base station things that are plugged into my computer, I moved them further away from the center of my desk so as to hopefully help a little bit. No promises, mind you. I'm hoping that is going to assist a little more. But I put one all the way on the top, and I split the other two as far as I could horizontally. It's one of the problems with when you have so much hardware in a single room. It's easy for things that gain a overlapping interference issue. Because if you think about it, in this room where I'm sitting right now, I have my computer, we have Fopsy's computer. A total of 4 of the regular base station tracker diddlies for the indexes. That's cool. The indexes themselves, which then wirelessly connect to the 2 controllers for each of them. Okay. And each of our desks has 3 of these little dongles that are Bluetooth that all our trackers plug in, connect to. Those all have to be on when we're using them. So I have all of this, besides possibly either our wireless headphones being plugged in and working, and or Bluetooth adapter for Bluetooth headphones at our desks. Granted, those are the 2 things that I think are the least possible to interfere. I'm pretty sure it's the tracker dongles on my desk. Since it's over at my desk, I have the biggest issue. They're just interfering with the signal. So much stuff. And this is all in one decent-sized room. It's big enough to run VR effectively. It's a nice dining room, classified room. I think it's 12 feet by 12 feet, something like that. That's the best room in the middle of winter. You know, it really is. It can get warm in here really easy this summer, even with the air conditioner cranked. And we have the thermostat is in this room. Ironically, near where my computer tower is. So we actually have to turn the thermostat up higher than we want it to be because the computer generates heat below it. Technically, the thermostat is on the wall behind the back of the desk. And my computer tower is on the desk inside with wood behind it that should stop a lot of the interference heat-wise, but, you know, tried to click OK there, no problem. I am tried to click OK. Stop shaking. Okay, it's holding still. Click. I clicked OK. Go away menu. There we are. We have ours in the loft space, and despite the 2 skylights, it keeps getting nice and toasty. Nice. Thermostat is on the 1st floor. It's one thing I hate about most home setups is you normally have one thermostat for the whole house. And I've never been in a whole house where the temperature is the same, no matter how much you're balanced your heating and air conditioning or whatever. Our heating is baseboard hot water radiator system with a boiler unit in the garage heating everything. And our air conditioner is, well, a blower doodle with the big blower diddly in our attic. So they're completely separate devices. But just because this room gets hot or the living room gets hot, it doesn't mean the bedroom has gotten hot the same way. Though more often than not, it's the other problem where it's, yeah, the downstairs is nice and cool. It's a nice crisp, like 68 downstairs. Cool. It's awesome. Sitting upstairs, 75. Sweating. Shorts. And I grew up in a house that was way over 100 years old, so that house with the large, like, single radiator per room items. Oh, wow. Different size room meant different size warm. I had the smallest bedroom most of my childhood, and I had the second biggest radiator in the whole house. Mom and Dad kept getting mad at me that I was opening windows in, the middle of winter. And I said, I'm sweating. Like, I just opened your door, and I did, and I was like, and? This doesn't fix it. Thermostat is on the 1st floor, says the Mendy. Ours feels pretty balanced, and that's a first. I am really jealous. The PA house are trash for heat. Houses are trash for heat regulation. Everyone I've been in I've tried to live in Pennsylvania, I kind of feel it. I think the only one that I've been in that found a way to be balanced was because they had different heating, a different thermostat for the bottom part of the house than the upper part. That was Swift and Sill's house. Which ironically meant that when no one was there, they turned the basement down in the winter to just that survivable, you're not going to burst pipes temperature. Unfortunately, that happened this last year, and they're finally getting that fixed. Thank the glob. But hey, it means they get a nice remodel downstairs entirely. Smart houses. Smart. Seeing as how we don't have a basement here, we don't have to worry about that getting hot or cold. The garage actually stays a decent temperature in the winter because, well, the furnace is physically located in there, as is the water heater, so they do produce heat as they're generating heat The water heater doesn't feel warm to the touch, but I'm sure it exhausting heat up the top, the whole of it. And I'm sure the heater itself produces heat to the touch because I've seen when it turns on. You can see that, like that natural gas jet flume that's heating up the water, like whoosh, like woo, pretty blue. I feel like the Minnesota kind of need to be more balanced because of winter. Yeah, you do live up in winter zone up there. Minnesota. That is a bit on the north side. You are as north as most of the northmost dwelling Canadians. And I see a Denny behind me, or a Nepal behind me. Sorry. I know who I let in. I am bad with saying words. I love you, Nepal. My brain just isn't working. How are you, kitten? You're hiding. I found you. Good girl. Good girl. Who's a good girl? You. My finger doesn't. This isn't for you. Gotta work. Beep. This isn't staying crooked no matter what I do. I can trigger, but it won't go straight. Weird. Anyway. Good girl. Good kitten. How did I mess that up? I sure did. Am I sent to... Oh, I sent to local... No, I sent to world. I'm not trying to block you there, Nepal. I'm actually trying to get back to where I was, and I'm bad at this today. I don't know why. Because you're cute. I like the fact that you're being seen. I words sometimes. Alright, what did I miss? Oh, you betcha. Oh, you started using them words. Bad words, bad words. It could be worse. We could be more north, near the border. Oh my. By the way, Denny, that pronoun brown browser extension is handy as long as folks set up their pronouns. Nice. Wow, it says technically grew up in a rare part of Michigan that was north of a part of Canada. Nice. Yeah, it is amazing that our closest entrance to Canada, you have to drive south to go down. Fopsy grew up in almost Canada. That's right. Fopsy grew up in Maine. I'm going to adjust a little more this way. There. Fun thing is, if I look at my camera, I'm looking at a now, but if I look at stream, I'm looking at a when then was because of the delays. Better. Never play this tape again. Mindy says, I was born in Syracuse. And let me tell you, I'm glad I moved before I had any memory. I'm glad you moved then. I really am. I grew up in Pennsylvania, western, just west of the Appalachians, north of Pittsburgh. After college, I moved to just west of Pittsburgh. And then Dave bought a house, and we moved slightly west of Pittsburgh. And then I moved to York, which is central Pennsylvania, the other side of the Appalachians. And then over to Carlisle, which is where Flopsy and I first lived together for 8 straight years. In a tiny one-bedroom apartment with 3 walk-up staircase entrances, all fire escape. The photos of the snow were wild. Nice. And Nepal, you grew up in Oho. You grew up in the buffer zone between me and my parents. We actually considered Ohio as a place to buy a house because the prices were not as expensive in general. The problem was we didn't have any good places that had a grouped chunk of friends. We have a few friends in Ohio, mind you. I have several friends in Ohio, but ones that I knew would be able to spend time with us, they were really spread out between each other. And the stuff-to-do ratio in any given area where the prices were affordable enough was not good for us. Anywhere in Ohio, but mostly in the western areas. Because we had like 1 or 2... We have friends speckled throughout Ohio. Just none clustered. Oh, yeah. They really are. Mindy says that is hard. Yeah. But when we visited Javi here in Fort Wayne, and we saw Fort Wayne, it's like, we're not really a clubbing type couple. We're not going out to the dances every week. I like to have plenty of good places to potentially go out to eat, which Fort Wayne had in spades. And I like to be able to shop sufficiently without feeling like restricted to the one Kmart that's a 15-minute drive away. And I know of, and I'm pretty sure this is not all of them, I know of like 5 Walmarts within a half-hour drive of my house right now. That's just Walmarts. I also know of 2 malls, 1 indoor, 1 outdoor, a handful of Targets, Myers, and a ton of other weird stuff. I have places to go and do. Yeah, we don't want to live in Gary, Indiana. I try to avoid stopping if I have to drive near there. Gary's scary. Fort Wayne.
I don't know how true it is, but I've heard stories that truck drivers are specifically not to stop.
Whew. Yeah, no, we don't want to have that happen. No. Fort Wayne's actually pretty nice and pretty safe from what we found. We did that crime rate checking thingy of the area where we moved to, and it's like practically nothing. Even downtown Fort Wayne isn't that bad. I've told before the story of I was going to the Jefferson Point Mall shortly after we moved here, and I'd been there with Javi before, and he drove. From him, you drive down the big highway, and you just exit there. But for where we live, that's not how you get there. I went, oh, okay. Google Maps it. All right, go down. Okay, make a left, go down to the next main road, make a right. Drive on that for 15 to 20 minutes, and you get there. Cool. That's summarizing a little bit, but you get the point. And as I'm driving down that 15 to 20 minute drive, I'm looking next to me, and I'm like, there's some tall buildings in this part of my drive. There were tall buildings there, and I realized I drove through downtown Fort Wayne, and I didn't have a smidge of, Pittsburgh or Chicago or New York or DC fear that I've gotten in any of the big cities that I've driven in. I was like, what? How this so easy? I've even
The issue with Chicago is that anytime the sunlight's out, it's
yeah. Same thing with Pittsburgh. New York, anytime there is a time of day, it's traffic. DC, when I've driven past it in the several different times of the day, it was just nasty. Those are some cities I avoid driving near. Wow, I drove through Gary once. That was an experience. And Nicole says, hehe. Yeah, my hubby and I drive past it when we drive to AC. Yeah, apparently Gary is scary. Gary is scary. Wow, it says, I never forget seeing Dairy Queen surrounded by barbed wire fence the one time I went through Gary. Yeah, we're not stopping at Gary. I don't care if we're almost out of gas. We are making it to the next town. And Mindy says, yes, DC is a nightmare. I think I was less scared driving through downtown New York City than I was in DC. I was driving past DC. I was taking Ash to see one of his relatives down in Virginia Beach or something like that from Pittsburgh area, and I had to drive near DC. And I was like, okay, my direction said, okay, get on this exit. Cool. This is back when it was MapQuest, not, Google Maps on my phone. All right, get on this exit. And in a quarter mile, exit on the left. It was an 8-lane highway. I made it 6. I fortunately got exited at a shopping center, and it's dark. It's past hours. The Best Buy I parked at was closed. I just parked the car. Caution. I didn't react. I just stopped the car, put it in park, and I took my hands off the wheel. And he asked, are you okay? And I'm like, yes. I just need a minute. We'll be fine. Try that again. Off the ad. Oh, you missed. There was an ad. Yay! Like a polka for Amazon, but it's the corner ad. So I did not know it was going. Nice. Stupid ads. But hey, I promise you guys are actually successfully paying me money by watching them, so I appreciate that you survive. Between ads and all of you lovely subscribers, including this cute little kitten behind me, I will actually get a payout probably next month, so yay! I hope. They're not like I can quit my job payouts or anything, but payout's a payout. That's some money saying I earned for doing something fun, entertaining. I'm good for this. This is true. This is true. Or are there the 2 Lego sets that I really, 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 really want? So the 2 sets I want are not cheap. There's an airplane that just came out. It's a really pretty passenger airplane. It's $100. And the other set that I just... It's a nice size one. Honestly, I feel it's about balanced for Lego. The other one is an annual release that is apparently coming out a month earlier than normal. The annual modular is actually getting released on December 1st this year instead of January 1st. And it's a slightly bigger one than normal. It's a plate and a half. So it's a square plus a half panel. It's a museum. My city needs that pretty hard. It's $300. Granted, every year I tend to get the $200 modular set, so seeing as how the one square is normally $200, square and a half being $300 does seem reasonable, and it is a 4,000 piece set, so I can't say they're cheating me any more than usual. And these modulars are so detailed. They are an adventure in themselves. This one is a 2-floor one, but it includes like a Brachiosaurus-y type skeleton in there and everything. I was like, oh, he looks so cool. I got an email about I can pre-order it as of today if I want to, and I want to, but I haven't got a chance to ask the Fopsy yet if I can. Didn't. Oh. I did, but I haven't heard the answer yet, so I don't know if I'm allowed to press the button. What are you going to do now? Oh, that means Fopsy wasn't paying attention. It's the new modular Lego for the year. They put pre-orders out. And it's a museum. And it's $300. Am I allowed to pre-order it? Big cute Lucario eyes. That way I know I'll get it. That depends. Have you been a good... I've been a good teacup lion. I've been a good girl. I've been a very good girl. Foxy wants a cutesy voice. I've been a very good girl, Fopsy. I've been a good teacup lion. I'm a good girl. I'm a good girl. A very good girl. Ooh woo. Ooh woo. I'm very good, Fopsy. I've been very good. Ooh woo. Is that good? I promise to be very good throughout the rest of the year, too. And I will keep my spending down. Not buy too many silly things. Like pants. I am wearing one of the new pairs of pants I picked up at Walmart that are a size smaller. And they're really comfy. It just took me a few weeks to cycle through to them because I had other new pants sitting on the shelf already, and I wanted to wear all the other stuff first. So I just got into the new pair of one size smaller pants, and they're really comfy. I'm happy with that. I'm glad I can buy pants that are slightly smaller, which means that I have a slightly better selection at Walmart, because they usually sell out of the 3Xs real fast. It's like they get one in. Have you seen people that shop at Walmart? I'm pretty sure all the biggest ladies in all of the United States shop at Walmart. Why they get one pair of 3X? Did they not get the memo? Yeah, that too. Anytime when I was still wearing regular boy pants, and I would go to buy a pair of jeans, I would find, like, out of all of the brands, every brand they had there, I would be able to get, like, 1 or 2 pairs of jeans in my size. There was so many pairs of, like, size 30 waist, or 28 waist, or 32 waist. I'm like, I don't remember ever being that small. In high school, I was a 38. Like solid the whole way to high school. I was a 38-inch waist, usually 30 or 32-inch length. That's a size visual of what I used to be. um, and that was me all through high school. And once I hit my final growth spurt in my early 20s up to 25 zone, that's when most people who are born with an Audi, generally that's when they tend to broaden out a little bit. And my shoulders grew out a ways, and I broadened in both skeletally and in a little bit chonkily. But I don't remember the biggest size of. I'm over 3 minutes. Okay, I don't remember the biggest size of pants I wore when I last wore regular pants. And I haven't measured my waist in quite a while, so I can't tell you what I am or am not. But even at my biggest, I wasn't the biggest person I knew. I'm just wondering, because if they only sold like one pair of pants at Walmart that would fit me, where's everybody else shopping? Because if I bought that one pair of pants, everybody else would be naked. That said, it's pretty cool, says the Mindy. I agree. I'm guessing you just looked it up. It is pretty darn nift, isn't it? Alright, so that's two people that are justifying that I agree that is a cool set. And I kind of needed a panel and a half size building for a while if I ever want to do a back-to-back loop. Because every few years they make a corner building, so that the joiners are on the corners instead of on the two sides. And I have 4 corner buildings, which is cool, but I have one building on one of my 2 strips that is a panel and a half long. I can fix this by taking out one of the half panel buildings, because there are a couple of buildings that came that were 2 split half panels, so you could put them different parts of your cityscape if you so chose to. I could take one half building out before to make a match set. I didn't really want to do that. But this would match up with the, I think it was called Brick Square, which was honestly one of the most awesome of the modular sets that I own, and I own like 10 or so of them. There's a vote. There's a poll up there. I'm a vote. I'm allowed to vote on my own poll. But the most of these modular buildings are 2 or 3 floors tall. They tend to have a main function building in the bottom for whatever they are, like car repair shop, gas station type thing, or pet store or detective agency or something like that. So there's a main floor, and then the other 2 floors normally are something else, the gas station. The second floor is a veterinary office, and the 3rd floor is an apartment. A lot of them have an apartment on the top floor, which is really cool. There's a poll up there if anyone hasn't noticed. Please vote. I'd love to hear you all say yes, please. So most of them are 3 stories with 3 different actual well-furnished rooms in them. Some of them are focused buildings that are just what they are, like the bank is a bank all the way through, except for the laundromat on the side of it. which has a pass-through in one of the washing machines to the vault, you know, for laundering money. That's a bad joke, but it's actually what they intended it for. Yeah, you got it. Yeah. The movie theater I know was definitely movie theater top and bottom. It was a 2-story one only, but it is actually one of the tallest buildings in my city. It has, the bottom floor is like the lobby, and the top floor is the theater. So it has a big screen and a bunch of seats and everything in it. It's really cool. And they actually have stairs inside them, so you can, like, because a lot of times you see Lego sets and it's like, there's a second floor. How do people get there? Magic. But these always have stairs and or ladders, depending on if sometimes you're going up to the roofs or whatever. But every building has like stairs all the way up to the top, and usually even a door or a hatch up to the roof. And sometimes there's even like random stuff on the roof. Like one of them has a lounge chair. I see a yes one. Did yes one. And the only other thing they got to vote was Lego for the Teacup Lion. I'm going to accept that because that means all 4 votes went to yes. You voted I should get that. Currently, my Lego City is set on an 8-foot long table. It has 2 rows of modular buildings, and at one end of the city is the Disney train station, and then there's a loop of track around it. And at the other end of the street is the Disney Castle. So I made my own little Main Street USA. Because I'm a dork. And currently the spur track off onto a about, I think it's a 40-inch square folding table. So I made a little split off the main track and looped around that too. And I have castle stuff set up there. So I have the big cool castle that came out with last year in the middle of that, and some of my older castle sets. So I have a medieval section off on the spur track where I park the freight train, because Mickey be driving the Disney train around the main track. And off on yet another little peninsula off my main Lego table, I have a few other sets, including some more medieval sets that I bought recently, and a few of my older castles, and the Shipwreck Island that came out like 2 years ago. I think Fops got that for me. It is awesome. A remake of the Black Seas Barracuda with an option to have it as a wrecked ship and an island thing. I currently still have it as the wrecked ship island thing because it looked pretty darn cool as is. Legos are fun. I'm just going to put that right out there for anyone that has any questions about this. Just putting that out there. Legos. Fun. Kinects were really cool too. I just never had them. And my parents weren't willing to buy me into another ecosystem. Oh, that always looks so cool in the catalogs. I'm jelly. I got to play with a lot of different building blocks from, cousins and whatnot who had different things than just Lego. They were always fun, but I never got stolen away from my love of Lego. I had a couple of things that I ended up with. Do you remember those blocks that you had to use a screwdriver to clink them into place? They'd lock in like that. I I don't remember what they were called, but I had some of those. I forget what they were called. They were kind of neat, but because you couldn't put things together on the top and then add things to the bottom, it was not as fun as Lego. Because you had to put the screwdriver in the top of each block to lock it in place. So at the point whenever you're putting something on top of something else, you had to have already put things underneath whatever you were putting underneath there. And I know I had some kind of spaceship building things. They were like these gray block bits and these tiny little rubbery plastic men that sat in little cockpits. I really can't remember what those were called, but they were fun to make spaceships with. And I had a lot of those because apparently those were cheap, and Mom found them at like more of them at like Big Lots and stuff, so I got a lot of sets. I had so many things I had planned to do yesterday that I couldn't do any of until near the end of the day. So I did get most of them done, at least yesterday. I didn't even have the energy to bring the laundry basket downstairs and start putting it in the washer until I started to feel better, like after 8 o'clock when I ate that ramen. So, last night at about 11 o'clock, I started doing the laundry. And this afternoon, I finished it because I was like, yeah, I'm just going as far as I can. We'll get one load in the dryer, and that load never even got pulled out to be folded. It was like, I'll fluff that in the morning. That's fine. Now, the darks will still be there. Well, it was like 2:30 in the morning when I went to bed, and that's when it was, when it still had a half hour left to go. I was not staying up till 3 a.m. to fold pants. T-shirts. Nah, that's morning me's problem. And I got the dishwasher run, so yay! Clean dishes. And Sunday I usually cook a nice dinner, and I apologized so profusely to Fopsy, and she was like, "No, it's okay. You don't have to cook dinner ever." And I'm like, "But I wanted to." But not only did I not feel like eating, but I didn't feel like, standing at the stove. Here you go. Because standing up was not working as well during most of yesterday. I did successfully cook dinner tonight, though. It was chicken leg quarters day, so I made chicken leg quarters. And the Foxy rejoiced. Yay! One of my side dishes did not get done in time for when we were eating, and by the time it got done, I'm like, I'm going to eat that after stream because I'm full now. That side dish was a yam. A sweet tater. When the chicken came out, I felt it, and I was like, nah, it's too hard. That's not happening. So I put it back in, let it go for another half hour. By the time that was done, I ate chicken and stuffing and sugar snap peas. I was like, I even ate less, but still, I was full. But I'll be munchy by the time I'm done with stream because that'll be 5 hours later. There'll be a delicious orange nugget waiting for me to heat back up. And yes, I remember to take it out of the oven and turn the oven off, so no one needs to panic. Not for that at the moment, anyway. There's plenty of things I do that require panicking. Not that, though. In general, general, though, it's been a pretty decent period recently. I don't have anything majorly bad happening to me, and I'm good with this. Desktop 3. Desktop 4. There we are. Wonder. Nope, still no credits. Boop. Wow. I don't know if Steam VR decided to add dings when I click on things or what, but every time I click on things, it goes ding. Huh, I installed the machine that goes ding. That's the most expensive machine in the entire...
Just gonna make that reference.
Ah, yes, we have the machine that goes ping! And we have to have it in here. What does it do? It goes ping. Oh, yes, that's a very, very, very valuable machine to have. It helps with surgery. It goes ping. Yes, we're flying circus fans. We're bad children like that. I also will admit I like IT Crowd and Black Books and Doctor Who and Faulty Towers and Are You Being Served? I like British TV. We have the box set. Amazon, baby! It wasn't that expensive either. I bought it for Foxy for Christmas a couple years ago, or birthday or something like that. I can't remember which. I know it was a present. And I know I've watched it all through since I bought it for her. Because it's hilarious. Me and my pussy are unanimous in this. That would be a bad joke. Everyone who didn't get it, you need to go and watch Are You Being Served? All of it. All like 12 seasons of it. If anything... It's a fun show, says Fopsy. Honestly, the only thing I ever was bummed about was when a character left. Because you were so used to certain people being there. Both times we lost the oldest, most senior gentleman of the gentleman's side really bummed me out. I just would get to know the new one, and then he would go. And then during the last couple seasons, they swapped out the junior guy with a new guy, and it's like I was so used to the one guy's humor. It's not like it ruins the show, but it's not the same. It's not quite the same magic as whatever all their names were. Anyway, yeah. And that's Fopsy's fault. I never watched that one as a kid. It was her fault. She's like, you should watch Faulty Towers. And we watched something on like YouTube or one of those things. And I was like, this is amazing. Why is this a thing? Why have I never seen this? Why was this not on my PBS? Doctor Who, Red Dwarf, that's another good one. Very important show. I think still going again? I know we have like up to 13 seasons of that on disc. Ooh, which one? Yuri 123. I was too old to watch that when it was on, but I snuck and watched it anyway when I was sick. Because it was on Nick Jr. during the day. Fox says, hopefully the writing is better for the next 2 series. I agree. We need more good Red Dwarfs. Inverse the reflection of that photo. Uncrop. Enhance. Reverse the reflection on that reflection. Uncrop. Enhance. Oh, Doctor Who. Oh, yes, that too. We need better Doctor Who series this next time. Well, the last episode I saw ended up with a joke teaser because I know they're not going to do it. But the regeneration is David Tennant again, and the Doctor being confused by it. You know that's not sticking, but that was interesting. I liked most all of the Doctors that have been the Doctor throughout the many, many years. If anything, I only ever really blame the writing on things not being as good. Because whenever when they're on screen, they have always, every single one of them has had the presence and has had the experience of them being the Doctor. All the way from Doctor 1 till Doctor whatever number we're up to at this point. I blame the writing in Matt Smith's final season. I feel that it felt like the writers didn't know what to do. They finished the main story arc with him in 2 years, and now what? Capaldi's... I think the same writing team must have been on his first season or so, because his writing... I liked him. He felt fine. He did a good job. But the stories just weren't right there. And I've just recently made it through the new Doctor, as far the most recent Doctor, the female Doctor, whatever her name was. I haven't had her long enough to memorize her real name yet. Sorry. And she was good. And some of the story plot was actually pretty good. Not all of it, though. And a lot of the writing choices, a lot of the specific decisions of things they made happen, both Foxy and I questioned to some extent. But I'd say Long Scarf was... No, that was the fourth Doctor. Didn't mind the actor. I wanted to like her, but the writing was just not good. I agree, Foxy. Oh my. You asked that question, his name just went right out of my head. Baker. Tom Baker. That was old Doctor. He was the one that was on my PBS channel late nights. Back to back on Saturday next to Red Dwarf. The problem was they never showed them in order. They were only on Saturday nights. So I'd go a week and I'd get a half hour of the middle of a story. Because back then, a story usually lasts like 4 episodes. So you'd get like somewhere in the middle of a micro plot, and you never know what was happening. But I still liked what I saw. So whenever I finally got a chance to see more of it as an adult, oh heck yeah, I went back and watched everything old. Foxy's offering us a jelly baby. Oh yes. Oh, that intro. That got you going. It is... Every Doctor Who theme song has always had that. Just like the first good X-Men cartoon, that intro music starts coming up. You are ready for action. You're ready for stuff to happen. I like the way the Nostalgia Critic put it when he referred to that X-Men intro as, it makes you feel ready to punch something. They're like, you know, yeah, that basically summed it right up. A good theme music for a show. um, but as far as Capaldi goes, he was not the most recent. He was the one that turned into the Girl Doctor. He was Doctor 13, I think, depending on if they consider any previous added Doctors in the middle end, or if the canon hasn't changed because of how the Girl Doctor went. They had past story stuff that maybe or not counts. If you haven't watched through the most recent series with the girl, I don't want to spoil it because spoilers. But when they switched to Capaldi from when Matt Smith died, his character, he regenerated. Matt Smith is still alive, fortunately. Knock on wood. When his doctor time finished, they went from, because he had spent so much time aging the character as he was being it, they decided to go with an older man model again, more similar to original Doctor Number 1. And they wanted more of a crotchety old man. And Capaldi really filled that role of being old, gray-haired man. I felt he did a better job of playing old man than Pertwee did, which was Doctor Number 3, who was also definitely old man. Also, unfortunately, definitely dead. He's been gone for a long time. Granted, his run was back in the 70s. He was Third Doctor. And he was an old man when he did the role, so I don't expect him to have lived till 2023. Pertwee was also stuck on Earth due to budget issues. Yes, his season was the hardest for me to watch, because he didn't TARDIS everywhere. He was stuck in unit the whole time with the Brigadier General, what's his face? This is really old stuff we're talking about right now. And most of them young folks that are potentially out there, or anyone that didn't care about old Doctor Who, has no idea about anything before the resurgence of it back in the early 2000s. Something I did see recently on the YouTubes. I was watching an episode of QI, which is a British, I don't want to say it's a game show, but kinda, where they have comedians go on and discuss things and QI stands for quite interesting. Captain Jack was on there. His actor was on QI on an episode I saw. I was like, oh my glob, he's still handsome. His hair was white. I'm like, but his face still looked like the baby face from all of his time on Doctor Who and on Torchwood. Like, oh, he's still cute as an old man. And apparently, the joke being, Jack was Jack-sexual, because his character would have effectively dated or had dated almost anything or anyone. Real life Jack was very much gay, and talked about his husband on the episode he was on. I am all for this. Also, when Yanto died, it was horrible. Why did they let Yanto get killed? Yanto was good boy. He was best boyfriend. Yanto was off of Torchwood and was Jack's boyfriend / secretary for the first 3 seasons. And they just let him get dead. Caddie sad. Caddie very sad. And if I'm spoiling something that's like 10 years old, I'm sorry. Torchwood did not pull punches as far as people getting dead. So, unlike even Doctor Who, people were allowed to die. You'd think like a companion or someone with the Doctor was safe. Not just a day player that was there from, hi, we met you here in Planet Diddly-Doo at this time of the year. Oops, I died because of plot reasons. No, you're like, oh, Doctor has 2 companions this season. That's pretty cool. 4 episodes in, they're on this planet. Something happens. That guy's dead. I loved that. You didn't have to feel sitcom safe about everyone. You didn't have to feel normal day-to-day show safe. Star Trek rarely let a character die that was in any way not a red shirt. People died in all the Star Treks. But it was always Vincent Ricky. Fox says, same... Go ahead. It was blue and yellow shirts. Blues were the sciences and yellows were the security / engineering. So when they would go down on away missions, if you saw an Ensign Ricky with an ill-fitting blue or yellow jumpy, you had a good chance they were the dead one. Foxy says, same universe as Doctor Who, Torchwood was more of an adult, sometimes to the point of silliness. Sarah Jane Adventures was more for kids, obviously we watched them all. Heck yeah, we did. And I don't care how much of a grown-up you are, if you haven't watched Sarah Jane Adventures, which unfortunately that would end due to the fact that Sarah Jane died during the filming of the final season. That is very sad. That is one of the few times I was really legit bummed when an actor died. Because she always seemed like such a nice lady. But Sarah Jane Adventures was an amazing series. It was for kids, but I never felt like it talked down to kids. I felt like it talked up to them. It felt like it let them have a scary moment. It let them have a thinking moment. It let them have puzzles, Doctor Who-esque plot puzzles that they could solve, that they could figure out without feeling like they were, trying to do advanced calculus. Really? Oh. Do you have what used to be called HBO Max, but is now called Max? Oh. I know all of them are on there. I recently rewatched them again. Both Torchwood and Sarah Jane had as much Doctor Who as they had on there. I think they just had the newer stuff, if I remember right. Not even the movie from the 90s. I think you can find much of it on some of the free surf things like YouTube or whatever. I definitely recommend a Google on that bad boy. Because Sarah Jane was awesome. Awesome. Picks up from a David Tennant episode where he comes into where she got dropped off of, effectively, and he runs into her, and she yells at him for not coming to visit and leaving her in the wrong city entirely. But in that episode of Doctor Who, she has K9 with her. Alright, any of you young folks who have not watched Sarah Jane or old Doctor Who have no idea who K9 is. But it was the Doctor's robot doggy. K9. K9's amazing. Oh, yeah. And he was such a good character. He even got like I think it was a Japanese spin-off show just for him even. It was a like souped up K9 from the looks of it. The stories were not so good. It was a very short-lived series, and I have watched it all, but it existed. It existed. Fox says, "You're a good dog, K9. Affirmative." Yes, he said that. He's a good boy. He's a very good boy. The Doctor. Such an amazing concept that came out of a show from back in the 60s that I don't think they initially intended to go on for more than a couple of seasons, just as kind of a whim. And here, yeah, that was so sad. Most of the second Doctor's been lost other than audio recordings. I tried to watch as much of his remains as I could. What little bits and pieces of recreation episodes where they would take still shots from photos on set and the recordings and like snap them together. I couldn't make it through watching his stuff with that. But that was only because it was frustrating to watch. Fortunately, around Third Doctor, we have recordings again, so we're only missing one series in reality. A couple episodes here and there in the First Doctor, a couple episodes the Second Doctor, or the Third Doctor are missing, but Second Doctor, he was mostly lost to recording some silly sitcom, probably. Sadness. Much sadness. Oh, and DePaul, if you have not heard of Torchwood either, by glob, find Torchwood. Watch Torchwood. Probably. But that's a lot of TV show to watch through. But yeah, Torchwood was an amazing, very, very much more adult version series of the Doctor Who universe, where the Doctor doesn't like to kill things normally. Torchwood was based in London, and they were more or less a defense force against incursions on Earth. Because at this point, they were still trying to keep alien interaction on Earth under wraps, but it was happening too much. So, yeah, pretty much. And a lot of time travel critters would show up randomly due to incursions and such. Not the Doctor's fault, but related to stuff the Doctor would be doing due to the time rift. It was in Cardiff, love. That's in Wales. Oh, I apologize, Nepal. It's in Cardiff, not in London. Please forgive me. I fail at my UK geography. I can, even looking at a like a globe eagle map of the world, and I can plop not only where the UK itself is, but I can about hit London on it. I can't like give you a guarantee on a globe if I'll poke London's exact dot, but I know about which part of the chonker it is. Lower right. I watch too much British television. It just kind of occurred. Foxy says, I see London, I see France, I see Caddie's underpants. All right, now my pants are pulled up nicely. Now you do. This is true. But Fopsy walked over and checked my underpants for some reason. Today's color is blue. Blue. Yay! Don't scroll down. No, scroll back up. Thank you. Don't touch the little plap things in the middle of my controllers. Make scrolling happen. Yeah. My current binge-watching TV show has been Mythbusters, just because I wanted to watch something kind of science-y, and that I would not have to yell at television as much. I'll just put that as much. I like to have something on the background when I'm sewing or doing stuff, so that's why something like that's on. I have no idea. There's so many fun ones. Any of the ones where they blow something up good. I watched that one just the other day because it was an early episode. This afternoon I watched the episode where they made the explosion that was slightly bigger than that one. Blowing up a train station that they built. Yeah, because it was like nothing. There was no shrapnel of it. That's amazing. The fact that they made that big of a boom, that the cement truck was just gone. Just gone. That is amazing. Watching a few of the more fun ones where they accidentally melt cameras, it always amuses me. It just... when they did the Civil War era rocket, where they just used technology from then to make a launchable rocket, and just like, okay, we're going to do the test fire here. And then cameras outside of the heat room, outside of the container where the launch, the engine test was. And it's like, and here's the recording, and here's the fireball when it occurs, and that's where the camera melted. Fortunately, all the recording was done like wired away from the camera itself, kind of like GoPro style things or whatever. But it's like, wow. And that's when the camera melted. Love when that's a part of their lines. There's the... And then that became part of the intro. ever since that point. Is one of my eyebrows missing? Why do we even have that alarm? We know something's going to be burning. This is just kind of a given. Yeah. Yeah. And the number of times they're out in the parking lot behind their warehouse and they're firing guns or something, and someone comes out to yell at them because they didn't apparently no one went and told their neighbors they were shooting guns. They're like, yeah. Be careful where you shoot explosives and guns and cannons and things. You don't want to accidentally break stuff. I don't think I'm up to coffee creamer again. I can see it being functionally definitely flammable for what coffee creamer is, so that could be fun. I just had the apparently that used to be a major issue with factories. Any ones that were making wood or anything that was dust, even grain, just the particulate levels in the air not only made it harder for people to breathe, but it potentially made the air effectively a standing cloud of flammable particle. I forget what show I was watching that was on, but wow. That's scary. That's still pretty close. Your guesstimate was pretty nice. But that's scary and amazing. Most factories now apparently have particulate sensors installed. Okay. My kitten has gone off for a walk. Yay! We're having a fun time here tonight, kids. I know there's not too many of you still watching, but I hope whoever else here is still having a good time. And these new pink pants are really, really comfortable. I am so glad I decided to try on those 2Xs, because, ooh, these are nice pants. It's always good when you got something that feels good on your leggies. Also, sitting over where I am at my desk, pulled back just a little bit. My controllers are mostly behaving, and my headset itself is not jumping, which is the more important part. My hands being fidgety is annoying for if I have to click on something, which is okay, whatever. That's not going to affect my ability to stream. But my headset jumping is the biggest reason why I'd have trouble just being in VR, because think about it, just constantly, just sitting there and randomly everything you're looking at just goes digit, 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 and it fidgets up and down. Yay, Wild is still here and is very derp. Flopsy is also very derp. After having said Icy Land and Icy Fins, you saw my undie pants. Which you did. Successfully checked them. Verified they were there. My love. Foxes don't lie. Yes, they do. But it's convenient. Lions lie. That's what we're called the lions. No, we lie. We lay. We lay on things. We lay on is what we do. Mindy be Kool-Aid manning at us. I am okay with that. You're not a lion. You're a lion. Yes, I lie on things. At past tense. I lie on items. I lie on the couch. I lie on my bed. I don't lie on the floor. And Nepal is a pretty girly kitty. Yes, yes, she is. She's AFK and can't argue right now. Actually, Foxy, could you do me a favor?
Mm-hmm.
Could you take my sweet tater, which is sitting on the stove, stick in the toaster oven and just turn it on for like a half hour? I don't care what temperature it is. It's probably going to be good enough, whatever it's set to. Thank you.
Straight on.
You can put it on the tray just to make sure it doesn't drip. I don't expect it to drip, but you know, you never know.
Done, sweetie.
Thank you, love. That way I can have my sweet tater when I get off. I'm going to go a little past 10 because I was a little late starting, and I want to eat for my 3 hours. That makes me feel comfy. And I'm slowly inching my way towards the I've streamed 500 actual hours and potentially the one day I have been viewed for 250,000 hours. Interestingly enough, on that particular goal, I'm over 1,000 total viewed hours at this point. 1.18 thousand hours people have watched me. I don't understand how you all have not gotten bored of me enough that you've watched me for over 1,100, almost 1,200 hours total between you. You're all amazing, and that confuses me that people have paid that much attention to what I've done. Yeah. Since everyone's quiet, I'm just checking to see who is on tonight, just to see who I might be able to raid to later. I don't know who's going to be on for sure, but I like to switch it up a little bit. Not get the same person every time. Also, someone who I at least know will be appreciative that I send you guys over. Always sucks when you send someone on a raid and the recipient doesn't even, acknowledge your existence. Most people upwards of even up to about 20,000 viewers, followers, tend to at least be polite about it. Most of them, anyway. Is that what I'm hearing in my ears? I'm not sure. It's probably the world's music, and I'm just barely hearing it in the background. I tend to keep the world music turned down just because it's distracting for me to have music playing when I'm talking. Also, isn't Nepal just the cutest little kitten sitting there behind me? Snuggled up next to the bat Sanri critter. Just somewhat appropriate since tomorrow is Halloween, so we have a little cute bat critter next to her. Next to you, the sand critter is sitting next to you. Welcome back. You didn't miss much. I talked about random other stuff. Hmm. Yep. Paul, you are a pretty kitty. Pretty girl kitty. And I am a lay-on. I lay on things. I lay down, it's not going to paw plush, and that's how the world works. No, Nepal's pretty, Fopsy's pretty, I'm not pretty. We're okay with this. Y'all conspire against me. Reasons. Yes, you do. Also, I hear a phone going off. I don't know if it's mine or Fopsy's, but one of us has messages somewhere. If it's me, they're not getting answered till I'm done with stream. Because that's how I work. Unless someone in my stream is specifically sending me an image to look at that I absolutely, for some reason, decide is important enough that I look at while I'm streaming because it's relevant to what's going on, that's about the only reason I'll check a messenger anywhere. Actually, look at the message. Occasionally I will click at the messenger and say, oh, I see his message, I get to read when I'm done. Like, there's Nepal's message. I'm going to ignore that for now because Nepal's all boring and stuff. I'm kidding. Hey. You see, I said you because I know you're here and you behave and you actually would expect me to go read your message on Telegram or something while I'm on the stream. Yeah, you know where my focus is. The number of people I've told that, okay, this is my schedule. I stream on Mondays and Wednesdays from 7 to 10. And I post about it every Monday and Wednesday that when my stream is going to happen. And several people will still message me on those 2 days and go, I didn't realize you were streaming. I post it everywhere. I am stupidly consistent on my normal life. Interestingly, yeah, I know. Interestingly, one of the things I learned is people with anxiety issues, having a set schedule really helps them. I didn't realize how much of a set schedule I always would give myself in my free time of things I would do. But I'm very, very consistent on what I do on every single weekday. Besides working, Mondays and Wednesdays I stream, obviously. Tuesdays and Fridays I record a YouTube video each. And Thursday I go grocery shopping. I specifically picked Thursday for the grocery shopping because it's one of the less busy times in most stores. And it's close enough to the weekend that I can have something fresh to cook on potentially the grill, like a steak or a big slab of salmon or something. Sorry. I should hydrate. Hydration! Where are you? Where are you? Desk. I know where you are. I hear your theme music. It's a loss. Thank you. I did succeed at that. Yay. Yum, yum. But I find it very important for my own sanity that unless something comes up, like a convention or, say, trick-or-treat night or whatever, I try my best to stay really consistent to my plan. And for me, I found it really does keep me a lot happier. Now, I don't plan, like, record a video night. That's only, like, up to a half hour of Tuesday and Friday. But it's a thing that I do in my free time that I find is fun, and I'm making sure I do that thing. Monday nights here, I come on this chat mode, and I force myself, whether I'm really feeling it or not. Tonight I'm definitely feeling it, so don't worry about that. To do my best to have some social time, to put myself out there and talk to people. And Wednesdays I actually make myself game, which is something that I've been bad at lately. I don't play games on the weekends normally. I don't play games on my not stream days. I haven't felt it for a while. When I make myself play games for 3 hours, I play games for, like last week was 2.5 hours because I was really hot. Elsewise, I play games for 3 hours. I appreciate. It was a particularly hot day, and it was my first time with that particular bathrobe, which I did not realize how warm it was until I was like well into the stream. Like, okay, I'm getting hot now. Oh glob, I'm getting pretty darn hot. This is toast-tastic.
And now it's 5 degrees.
We're not quite that cold here yet, fortunately. Our highs are still... Yeah, our highs are still in the 50-ishes, and our lows are getting down to 37. I actually shut the windows Sunday. I haven't turned the heat on yet or closed all the storm windows behind the actual windows, but I closed the windows themselves. So that's the thing. And the upstairs bathroom, the storm window, the little latchy things are kind of broken, and I fixed them with duct tape. And it has inched its way down to being only about 2 inches left of screen visible anyway. It's like, yeah, it's going to close itself anyway. I'm just going to leave that sit there. Worst case scenario, I pull the screen up for like half a second and just touch it. It'll probably fall down the rest of the way. The joys of homeownership. You find all the stuff that was actually broken in the house before you moved in that you could have had no idea without touching absolutely everything. Like, we knew the sash strings of it were broken on 2 of the windows on the front of the house upstairs. That's what keeps the window up when you push it up. Well, we got paint stirrers, and you slide the window up, put the paint stirrer in the edge of the window, works fine. And I also have those in-window fans, so in the hall, instead of the paint stirrer, much of the window phase, I just have the fan in there because that keeps the window open. But window season is so short anymore. It was well hot. Like over half of September, it was needing air conditioner. all of the daytime time, yes, we could have shut the air conditioner off at night, opened the windows, but then we'd have to go around the house, close all the windows, turn the air conditioner back on every single day up until the middle of September. And I think it was like the first couple days of October we had a heat wave where it was back in the 80s again. It's like, no. We did shut the windows and turn the air conditioner back on for a couple of days because F that. When you work from home, in the upstairs, where it gets hotter, you know what the air conditioner button's for. We actually considered, never succeeded at doing it, getting a window unit air conditioner for the workroom just so we could either, keep the temperature of the rest of the house down, not as cold potentially. But the value was not really getting to us enough. Even at the time, they were only about $100 for a 5,000 BTU window unit that's just dials and whatnot. Now I think those are almost like $200 even for the super cheap basic model. That, and we've also found that the general temperature of the house has been relative enough that we can make it so that the workroom is cold and it doesn't feel like we're ice cubing like the living room or something. Especially when we turn off a few fans for some circulation. It does help overall. I'm looking forward to next month's electric bill and for it to be lower. This last month still had some of the air conditioner days on it, so it was still more than I like to pay. Fun, weird facts about how your central heating and air actually works. For all those of you who don't understand this stuff, you set the thermostat to say 75. Your heater or air conditioner does not have a special setting where it goes a little warmer or a little colder. No, central heating and air conditioning units have either on or off normally, and it's okay. It needs to be colder in the house per thermostat. Turn the air conditioner on at air conditioner speed. Or it needs to be warmer. Turn the heater on at heater speed. There's no magic dial in there that turns it on to 50% or something. It's not like playing with a window unit where you turn it to a little warm, cooler, or whatever. And I am amazed. We had a couple of cold days since living here for the last 6 years where the heater was not, the furnace was not able to fully keep up with the cold. Any of those times we got into the low double digits. Last winter we had a wind chill period where it got down to -40 outside or something crazy, and I still went out and shoveled the driveway and sidewalk and stuff because I'm stupid like that. The furnace was just going constantly. It wasn't that it was, we weren't at -40 in the house, but we were definitely not up to whatever I had it set to. I think it was the mid-60 zone. I think we had 64 or something. Again, I can't remember exact numbers from yesterday, let alone a year ago almost. But it's like, wow. I looked, they're like, yeah, heater's still running. No, it's not up to the temperature. Wow, that's crazy. Where's my sweater again? Yeah, we'd be good. We'd be good. Fortunately, never gotten the house down to the point of owie hands. That's usually the point where I end up shutting windows and stuff. Is when it gets so cold that my hands hurt when I try to do things like use my mouse or keyboard. I'm a big fan of being able to type without having my hands in my pockets. I don't know about you. That's part of my personal preferences. I'm weird like that. Yeah. And I think you're out of the room whenever I had asked Fopsy to do the wonderfulness and put my my sweet potato in the oven. So I have a sweet potato that's baking back off for me. I am looking forward to that in a little bit. Fob says, I have a sweet potato. His name is Caddie. You're a sweet potato. Currently, Paul's a cute little swab belly. And I'm okay with this. Since it is going to be a chillier day tomorrow, my plan is to be a purple husky for tricky treats. So Sister Vine is going to get to go out. Yeah, she doesn't have as much out time, and she's a really fun suit to wear. So she's going to get some out time. I'm actually thinking she might be one of the suits I bring to MFF next year. I already have my plans for this year, so that's not going to change. But I do like to switch it up a little bit per con, so I'm not always being the one thing. But after this MFF, Mewtwo's going to take 2 cons off at least. I know he's popular, but I have other critters, and if I'm taking something as big as Mewtwo, that takes up a large portion of my stuff space in the car. Because that butt's big. And it doesn't disappear when you take him off because it's a giant foam cone. And his legs are padded, so that's a big chunk. And he has a big head. Yes, he's very egotistical. My way to counter it at MFF this year is I'm bringing Caddie, who takes up a heck of a lot less room. You know those basic Walmart Foot Locker totes that so many of us have? We have like 3 of. Caddie, including his feet and bodysuit, only takes up about half of one of those. Non-digigrade, so flat body. His fur is dense but short, so fold down nice. Skinny lion tail. Feet are not oversized in any way, shape, or form. And the hands are hands, and I can fit them up in the head. So I quite literally can pack him in the one end of a Foot Locker tote and my clothes in the other half at a small event. And just pack that. Maybe a backpack for, bathroom stuff and a laptop and whatnot. It's good to have a compact suit every so often. You'd think Daisy would be small. Yeah. You'd think Daisy'd be small, being a pink bunny. She's got short pile fur, but it's really dense and longer than it looks. So even her bodysuit takes up more space. That big munchkin of a tail, that's a big powder puff space. Her ears are long, so that's something you gotta cope with in Big Stanley. I managed to work around them, but still, that's space. And she has big peeties. Those feet is huge. I'm not complaining. More of a, other than the packing sense of complaining. I like being her. She's fun. I brought. Cute. I love being a pink bunny. It is amazing sometimes when you stop and think about a fursuit packing wise that looks small, but as soon as you take into account one element of them or an extra bit you're not thinking of, the feet being larger, or there's padding in the legs, or they're actually really fluffy, and it's just all of a sudden you go from half a footlocker to the footlocker is full and you are maybe packing the bodysuit in a laundry bag next to it or something. Sometimes just because they have really large pointy ears, I'm looking at you, sister, or Pixie, Daisy, Minnie, oh my glob, Minnie Mouse's giant, pie pans on the side of her head. I've never taken her to an event, but man, she will not easily fit in any of the totes just because of her weird size. Every single one of my Barney Critter suits, those things have giant fish bowls. Well, the more official ones have pretty much solid plastic buckets. I think they were vacuform. And they do have the textural quality on the inside of, say, a 5-gallon paint bucket. One of those big plastic buckets. Those are other ones I probably wouldn't take to an event, not because of space constraints, because other than their heads, all of those are tiny comparatively. I just think I would get poor reaction, and I do not want to take something to an event that I would... Yes, I know there's probably hundreds of people that would love to see any of those critters out and about, but I also know there are quite a few people that would be openly and directly abusive because of the characters, and I'm like, I don't want to risk getting harassed over something as silly as being a costume that I'm doing for the gigs, not for being an important suit of mine. Well, we did reach the 3-hour mark, which was what my final goal was. Just because I started 20 minutes late didn't mean I wanted to end 20 minutes early. And since I am not working tomorrow, that means I can stay up later still. Woo! And I can keep the stream going for the full 3 hours. But let's find someone to send everybody off to. I sent them last time.
Okay.
Let's see, who is available? Who do I want to harass that I haven't harassed in a few weeks? A few of them. I know. You know what? She's been really nice to me lately. I'll go to her. Alright. Definitely thank you, everyone, for spending some time with me tonight. I really appreciated it. You're all amazing floofs.